Today, 6 young explorers from around the world arrived in Petropavlov. Petropavlov is the capital of Kamchatka. Kamchatka is in the eastern part of Russia on a peninsula. After studying the maps with the young explorers, we'll travel with 6-wheel drive vehicles to the geothermal station from where we will start our expedition. These young explorers from around the world will be going through extreme conditions in high altitude as well as extreme cold conditions.
Well, we just had a long ride up here, but we arrived at the geothermal station.
The geothermal power station in Kamchatka is south of Petropavlov, and this is the biggest geothermal power station in Russia. Why do we bring the young explorers here? Is to show them sustainable ways of creating energy without any CO2 emission.
Now we're going to the Dachny hot springs. First time snowshoes? First time snowshoes.
They feel a little bit funny, like when you go diving, like a duck. You have these really big things around your feet. I'm not sure how good I'll be able to control them.
We've just arrived at the thermal springs of Modnovsky. It's a massive geyser that comes out of the water and sprays steam up into the air, and it's very difficult to communicate and very humid and hot. The water is over 200 degrees. Well, we're off on our expedition. The weather's quite good, not too bad. It's blowing about, I would say, about 40 to 50 knots. Visibility very good. You can see about 5 meters in front of you.
So first of all, we left the hotel at the geothermal plant, and we started off hiking with all carrying our sleds and all our equipment and our tents. It was difficult at times pulling the sleds.
It's crazy. It's about a meter deep of snow, and it's taken us about 2 hours to go maybe 1 or 2 k's. Snowing hard and maybe 25 knots of wind just coming straight at our faces.
We've got good vibes now because we're all safe in our sleeping bags. It got pretty crazy today actually. Like the threat of frostbite was actually clear to us when we were walking, when everyone started getting a bit tired. There were a few issues with a few people getting tired, and we did have to set up base camp here.
And today teamwork was really important because we were all carrying the sleds, so we all had to help each other by pulling or pushing or whatever.
Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock we're going to find out if this storm has blown over and if we can pack up our tents and move on to our destination that we wanted to be at today.
The young explorers are going to leave the geothermal power station, and then they are going to travel for a distance of over 32 kilometers over a pass and then meet up with the 6-wheel truck. This will be the first expedition for them alone, and we'll be observing them from a distance to see how they perform.
We just left the geothermal power station, and I've towed the sled single-handed for about 2k now, and then up from Tristan up this last hill. Pretty tired, but hey, we're gonna get there.
It's quite windy, but everybody's doing great. The sun is shining at some points. I'm feeling really happy.
The young explorers have met up with the next mode of transport. These are 4-legged machines charged with energy, and we call them sled dogs. The young explorers will individually handle their own sleds, up to 8 dogs per sled, and will be able to travel distances that before wasn't able to walk.
And we're just about to set off on a 30k voyage. It's going to take us across frozen lakes, across rivers, we're going to go over bridges.
So after a while you just really get a feeling to how to work with the dogs, and you have to pay attention to many things at the same time. It's just like driving. You do fall over, but the most important thing is just to not let go of the sled.
The young explorers covered a distance of about 32 kilometers with the dogs through thick forest, bush and a tiger-like landscape, and ended up in the valley of the dry river. The dry river valley leads up to the volcano.
Well, we're on the Kamchatka volcano and did a vertical ascent of about 800 meters, but the weather has turned bad and strong winds are coming in from the south, bringing in a little bit of humidity, and the rocks are all frozen at this stage. So we decided to turn back.
The young explorers did an amazing 30-kilometer trek right from the top of the pass all the way back to the dog sleds, and for us that is really an amazing way of ending this expedition. The ACT program in Kamchatka is quite exciting because it integrates for sled dogs into a program where we would like to fight alcoholism under the native people, and then again reinstall their old traditions that has been taken away from them.
Andrea and Anastia showed us the work that they do when they travel up north to where people still live in quite bad conditions. There's a lot of poverty and alcoholism, and they travel up there and try and get people back to their roots and back into dog sledding. And we all thought that was really cool, and we were brainstorming with them any ways we could help them, and so we came up with the idea of helping them with their website.
We have taken some snow samples as well. We have been given the reports back to the research center in Kamchatka, and I think this was one of the most easy applicable ACT programs that we have done for 2 years along the Pangaea expedition.